Real estate exam vocabulary. Question 1. Talia is studying a rule concerning an agreement containing competent parties, lawful objective, offer and acceptance, consideration, and required formalities. Which term should be chosen? Option A, unenforceable contract. Option B, contingency. Option C, valid contract. Option D, offer. The correct answer is option C, valid contract. A binding agreement requires mutual assent to definite terms and legally sufficient consideration. Some real estate agreements must also satisfy writing and signature requirements. The parties must have capacity and the purpose cannot violate law or public policy. Question 2. When a subdivision lot transaction involves a notice directing consumers to official sources for registered offender information rather than making the licensee the investigator, which answer identifies the controlling concept? Option A, blockbusting. Option B, lead-based paint disclosure. Option C, title insurance. Option D, Megan's Law notice. The correct answer is option D, Megan's Law notice. The issue should be handled consistently and without discriminatory assumptions. Licensees should provide the required notice and avoid unsupported representations about individuals or neighborhoods. Consumers can consult the designated government registry for current data. Question 3. A practice question describes a response changing the original offer and proposing different terms. Which response is best? Option A, counteroffer. Option B, contingency. Option C, liquidated damages. Option D, to exclusive right to sell listing. The correct answer is option A, counteroffer. The roles of offeror and offeree reverse for the new proposal. A later attempt to accept the first offer may fail because it was terminated. The response rejects the original proposal unless the offeror renews it. Stressed about your real estate? We can take real estate for you remotely and undetected. We always guarantee a pass and payments only after results. To send us an email, scan the code or tap the link in the description and let's get it done. Question 4. During a buyer consultation, which principle is illustrated by a claim attached to a particular identified property? Option A, variance. Option B, specific lien. Option C, easement appurtenant. Option D, special assessment. The correct answer is option B, specific lien. It does not automatically reach every asset owned by the debtor. The lien affects title and may be enforced against that property. A mortgage and a real estate tax lien commonly burden the parcel connected to the debt. Question 5. Which answer states the concept associated with the total loss in value from all causes affecting an improvement in the settlement preparation described? Option A, capitalization rate. Option B, adjustment. Option C, accrued depreciation. Option D, regression. The correct answer is option C, accrued depreciation. The amount includes physical deterioration, functional problems, and external influences. It is deducted from cost new in the cost approach. The analysis concerns value loss rather than accounting depreciation for tax reporting. Question 6. A closing agent handling a cooperative unit in Colombia must identify an agent authorized to perform a specific task or transaction. Which choice is correct? Option A, seller's agent. Option B, commingling. Option C, customer. Option D, special agent. The correct answer is option D, special agent. The agent cannot exceed the powers granted in the agreement. A listing broker generally receives limited authority to market and negotiate rather than to transfer title for the owner. The relationship ends when the assigned purpose is completed or otherwise terminated. Question 7. During a financing review for a duplex in Towson, FARA needs to identify the rule described as government authority to regulate property use for public health, safety, morals, and welfare. Which answer applies? Option A, a police power. Option B, lease pendens. Option C, the specific lien. Option D, a deed restriction. The correct answer is option A, police power. State and local governments rely on this authority to adopt zoning, building, and safety rules. An extreme restriction that removes all economic use may raise a separate taking issue. The regulation does not require compensation merely because it limits a use, provided it remains a valid public regulation. Question 8. A investor is reviewing a warehouse in Gaithersburg. Which term describes a large final payment due because scheduled installments did not fully amortize the debt? Option A, Freddie Mac. Option B, balloon payment. Option C, conventional loan. Option D, debt minus to minus income ratio. The correct answer is option B, Balloon payment. The term must be disclosed clearly in the loan documents. The borrower makes periodic payments that leave a remaining principal balance at maturity. Refinancing risk increases if the borrower cannot pay the final amount when due. Are you looking for real estate actual questions? Visit our website pokerexams.com to access real estate study guide with actual questions and answers. Scan the QR code or click the link in the description to get real estate answer key today. Question 9. At a offer review, a Michigan exam candidate encounters the following description: the legally permissible, physically possible, financially feasible use that produces maximum value. Which concept is being tested? Option A, a potential gross income. Option B, replacement cost. Option C, highest and best use. Option D, reproduction cost. The correct answer is option C, highest and best use. The conclusion may differ from the property's current use when another use is reasonably probable. Land is considered as vacant and the improved property is also considered as currently developed. The analysis tests potential uses in a logical sequence. Question 10. Wendy is assisting with a vacant parcel transaction in Ann Arbor. Which principle applies when the facts involve the federal law prohibiting housing discrimination based on race, color, religion, sex, national origin, familial status, and disability? Option A, a quitclaim deed. Option B, a reasonable modification. Option C, CERCLA. Option D, a Fair Housing Act. The correct answer is option D, Fair Housing Act. Limited statutory exemptions do not permit discriminatory advertising. Licensees must provide equal professional service and avoid steering or discriminatory statements. The protections apply to covered sales, rentals, advertising, and related services. Question 11. Which answer most accurately identifies ownership of shares in a corporation coupled with a proprietary lease to occupy a unit in a real estate transaction? Option A, cooperative ownership. Option B, a trade fixture. Option C, township. Option D, a subsurface rights. The correct answer is option A, cooperative ownership. The resident owns an interest in the entity that owns the entire building. Occupancy rights come from a lease connected to the shareholder status. Transfers and financing may require approval under the cooperative documents. Question 12. A question arising during title examination concerns an agent authorized to handle a series of transactions within an ongoing business area. Which choice gives the best classification? Option A, reasonable care. Option B, general agent. Option C, client. Option D, express agency. The correct answer is option B, general agent. The agent may bind the principal only within the granted scope. A property manager often receives broad operational authority for the managed property. This role is broader than authority limited to one specific sale. Question 13. While analyzing a waterfront parcel, Owen must apply the concept involving the current cost to create an exact duplicate using substantially the same design and materials. Which answer should be selected? Option A, adjustment. Option B, the accrued depreciation. Option C, reproduction cost. Option D, income capitalization approach. The correct answer is option C, reproduction cost. This estimate can be important for historic or architecturally distinctive improvements. Accrued depreciation must still be considered for an existing building. Obsolete features may make the amount exceed the cost of a modern equivalent. Question 14. Which real estate term is defined by a charge imposed on property receiving a particular public improvement benefit in the inspection period described? Option A, easement by prescription. Option B, easement in gross. Option C, escheat. Option D, special assessment. The correct answer is option D, special assessment. The charge may become a lien against the benefited parcel. The assessment may pay for sidewalks, sewers, streets, or similar local projects. It differs from a general property tax used for broad governmental expenses. Question 15. In a transaction involving a historic residence, which rule controls when there is an agreement with one or more material obligations still to be performed? Option A, executory contract. Option B, purchase agreement. Option C, exclusive agency listing. Option D, bilateral contract. The correct answer is option A, executory contract. The contract may be fully signed even though performance is incomplete. Contingencies and deadlines continue to govern the parties. A pending sales contract remains in this status until closing duties are completed or the agreement ends. Question 16. A seller asks about the current cost to construct a building with equivalent utility using modern materials and standards. Which answer provides the legally accurate concept? Option A, regression. Option B, replacement cost. Option C, contribution. Option D, functional obsolescence. The correct answer is option B, replacement cost. Depreciation is subtracted when the method is used to value an existing improvement. It is often more practical than reproducing outdated design or craftsmanship. The estimate does not require an exact duplicate of the existing structure. Question 17. Victor encounters the percentage of gross income committed to qualifying monthly debt obligations during a settlement preparation. Which principle should guide the analysis? Option A, amortization. Option B, secondary mortgage market. Option C, debt minus to minus income ratio. Option D, pity. The correct answer is option C, debt minus to minus income ratio. Lenders compare housing expense and total recurring debt with income. The measure helps evaluate repayment capacity rather than collateral value. Program guidelines determine which debts and income sources are included. Question 18. Which choice best matches the description water minus related rights of owners whose land borders a flowing body of water? Option A, heir rights. Option B, tenancy by the entirety. Option C, tenancy at sufferance. Option D, riparian rights. The correct answer is option D, riparian rights. Boundaries and access can change as the watercourse changes gradually. The owner may have reasonable use of the water subject to public rights and the rights of other owners. State law determines the exact scope of use and ownership. Stressed about your real estate? We can take real estate for you remotely and undetected. We always guarantee a pass and payments only after results. To send us an email, scan the code or tap the link in the description and let's get it done. Question 19. During review of a rental home in East Lansing, the parties discuss an agreement among competitors to establish or stabilize prices or commission terms. Which term applies? Option A, price fixing. Option B, cloud on title. Option C, actual notice. Option D, general warranty deed. The correct answer is option A, price fixing. Each brokerage must make independent pricing decisions. Informal conversations or coordinated minimum fees can create serious risk. The agreement can be unlawful even when the chosen rate appears reasonable. Question 20. An exam scenario presents a mortgage program providing an eligible veteran borrower with a federal guarantee benefit. Which answer is most accurate? Option A, loan minus to minus value ratio. Option B, a VA minus guaranteed loan. Option C, loan origination fee. Option D, Freddie Mac. The correct answer is option B, VA minus guaranteed loan. The program is not a direct grant of the purchase price to the borrower. The guarantee reduces lender risk and can permit favorable financing terms. Eligibility and property standards must be satisfied. Question 21. A licensee preparing for offer review must recognize a future interest retained by the grantor after conveying a lesser estate. Which concept does this describe? Option A, riparian rights. Option B, metes and bounds. Option C, reversion interest. Option D, real property. The correct answer is option C, reversion interest. No new deed is required for the interest to return according to the original conveyance. This differs from a remainder, which is created in someone other than the grantor. The grantor keeps the right to regain possession when the temporary estate ends. Question 22. Which answer correctly classifies a situation involving the federal law requiring accessibility and non-discrimination in covered public accommodations and commercial facilities? Option A, a group boycott. Option B, cloud on title. Option C, steering. Option D, Americans with Disabilities Act. The correct answer is option D, Americans with Disabilities Act. Building age and scope of alteration affect technical accessibility requirements. The law is separate from housing minus specific reasonable accommodation and modification duties. Brokerage offices open to the public may need reasonable access and communication accommodations. Question 23. At a pre-listing meeting in Ocean City, Gavin explains the collection of legal powers associated with real property ownership. Which real estate principle is involved? Option A, bundle of rights. Option B, periodic tenancy. Option C, township. Option D, reversion interest. The correct answer is option A, bundle of rights. Ownership is commonly analyzed as separate rights rather than one indivisible privilege. These rights include possession, control, exclusion, enjoyment, and disposition. A person may transfer or limit one right while retaining the others. Question 24. A transaction file for a townhouse raises an issue involving an otherwise valid agreement that a court will not enforce because of a legal defense. Which answer best resolves the classification? Option A, purchase agreement. Option B, unenforceable contract. Option C, option contract. Option D, executory contract. The correct answer is option B, unenforceable contract. The underlying promises may have been lawful and supported by consideration. A missing required writing or expiration of a limitations period can prevent judicial enforcement. This status differs from an agreement that was void at formation. Question 25. Which concept should an appraiser apply to facts involving a contract transferring possession and use for a term while the owner retains title? Option A, offer. Option B, contingency. Option C, lease. Option D, bilateral contract. The correct answer is option C, lease. The tenant receives of the rental agreement hold interest and owes duties stated in the agreement and law. The document does not convey fee ownership to the occupant. Rent, duration, maintenance, and permitted use are central terms.